Hi again, friends. So, if you've ever felt curious about spiritual practices and awakening, but a little overwhelmed by all the books, the teachers, the rituals, and conflicting advice out there, take a breath with me, and I'm glad you're here. Because spiritual practice is much simpler than most people think. You don't need to meditate for 2 hours or learn the tarot or sit on a mountaintop in silence or even study any of the ancient texts to begin your journey. Awakening and spiritual practice that is real starts with small, accessible daily practices that anyone can do, no matter your background, your schedule, your income level, or your level of experience. And today I'm going to walk you through 5 simple practices that gently open our awareness, soothe our nervous system, and connect us to the deeper intelligence that's guiding our lives. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to start your spiritual journey today and with simple steps that you can do in minutes. Let's begin. Hi, I'm Amy Rose White. I'm an integrative psychotherapist for the last 2 decades, and I make videos on psychospiritual self-healing tools and approaches. So, number 1, meditation and what it really is, noticing thoughts without judgment. When we talk about meditation, what it really is very different than how it's often taught. Most beginners think meditation means clearing our mind of all thoughts, stopping the thoughts, feeling at peace, achieving bliss statuses. And that is actually not the goal, not at all. The true purpose of meditation is to notice our thoughts without judging and detaching from them. It's about noticing without that attachment. So if you do just that and watch your thinking, you're meditating. Imagine your thoughts are like clouds moving across the sky. You're not trying to make them disappear, you're just simply watching them pass. And the magic in this is that when we stop fighting our thoughts actually lose power over us. Most of us spend our entire lives believing every thought that we think. And that's this power of meditation because it helps us realize we're not our thoughts. My thoughts are just passing weather. And so the reason why meditation is often recommended as a primary spiritual practice is because it's actually a skill to learn how to do that. So how do we start? Sit comfortably, a couch, a chair, your bed. You can lay on the floor. You close your eyes or allow them to soften your gaze. Take one slow, deep breath and bring your attention and awareness to the breath, letting it rest there. Simply saying in your mind, thinking, each time you notice a thought arise. Don't analyze it, don't push it away, don't fix it, just notice it and bring the awareness back to breathing. That's the practice. It's about being able to witness our thoughts without judgment. This is, in my opinion, the foundation of spiritual awakening, because spiritual practice and awakening is when we stop confusing our identity with the noise inside of our head. Practice number 2. Now, you've definitely heard this one before too, but I'm going to spin it in a slightly different way, and that's gratitude. So gratitude is not a cute self-help practice or something you should do. It's not about pretending that our lives are perfect or bypassing our pain. Gratitude is a state of consciousness. It's an energetic shift from fear, which most of us live in all the time, to love. So when we consciously practice and invoke gratitude, even for a few seconds, our brain and our heart enter what we call coherence. Our nervous system relaxes. Our awareness beyond our personal issues expands, and we reconnect with the flow of well-being that is always present underneath our circumstances. So here is a simple gratitude ritual. Every morning or evening, like pick one, ask yourself, what is just one good thing, no matter how small, that I can appreciate right now? It can be that you had a warm cup of tea next to you, the soft blanket on your bed, the way the sunlight is hitting the wall, a smile you remember from someone at a store, your breath, the fact you don't have to think about that, a pet, the quality of your health, food in your refrigerator. And if you're in a moment where you're really struggling, you can start with something like, I'm grateful I made it through the day so far. Or I appreciate this moment of calm. I'm grateful I showed up for myself just in this sitting practice. Gratitude is really how we open the heart, and an open heart is the beginning of awakening. because it allows the seat of all universal consciousness, which is love, to come into our life and expand our awareness. Practice 3, acts of service, or what in Sanskrit is called seva. So seva, selfless service, is one of the oldest spiritual practices on earth. And you know why? Because nothing awakens the heart faster than loving presence. And we don't need to volunteer at an ashram or travel abroad, in a third world country, although that's lovely if you want to do that, to practice seva. We can begin today right where we are. So selfless service looks like holding the door for someone, letting someone go ahead of you in line, listening, like really listening with deep presence to someone who's hurting, helping a neighbor carry groceries, buying coffee for the person behind you, checking in on a friend, offering kindness without expecting anything back. And certainly it can be a regular volunteer position or something like that as well. I actually consider this channel a bit of a seva practice, part of my own satsang or spiritual journey. I certainly hope that it's helpful. These small moments shift our consciousness from it's about me and I'm alone and I'm struggling and I'm trying to control and manage everything in my life to a sense of connectedness. We are in this together and my presence matters and we're more similar than dissimilar. Service really dissolves our ego and it softens the heart and creates this instant alignment with the divine, that loving central channel that we can tune into. And here's the secret. Every time we offer kindness, we're also strengthening our capacity to receive it. And that is why acts of service are considered a path to enlightenment in so many traditions, because it's a vehicle, service is a vehicle for actually receiving that divine love running through us. And practice number 4 is your unique twist on prayer, asking the divine for help. Prayer is not about religion. It has kind of become affiliated with that, but prayer is actually about opening that door to connection. It's about openness. It's about surrender and loosening our grip on life. A prayer practice is inviting a moment where we stop trying to control everything and we allow, again, receive something greater than us to help us. One of the most powerful prayers comes from the 12-step traditions, which is, help me to know the divine's will for me. God, show me your will for me. Source, spirit, universe, show me your will for me and help give me the power to carry that out. Another, simply, please help me. Show me the next step. Guide me. I'm listening. You don't have to look up, but I often do. These words open a doorway because the truth is we do not have to carry everything alone. We were never meant to do that. Prayer brings us back into relationship with the unseen forces that support our lives. And the moment you ask, not beg, not demand, but ask, you shift from isolation into connection. And even if we don't feel anything at first, your willingness is what opens that path. Sometimes I will just whisper, help, if it's dire and I can't summon the right words because there are none. It's really simply any way that you can ask. Number 5 is just time in nature, but with intention. So we're returning to the original teacher when we do this. Because if meditation teaches you to witness your thoughts and gratitude opens our hearts and seva expands our awareness and prayer connects us to the divine and the support that's around us, nature is what integrates all of those things. Nature really is the original spiritual teacher. Trees show us patience and fortitude. Rivers show us how to let go and flow. Mountains symbolize stability. The birds show us presence. The wind is emblematic of freedom. The sky shows us vastness. And we don't need a 5-mile hike to receive that. We don't even need a national park or something like that. We just need to step outside, put our feet on the ground, feel the air, receive that warmth or the chill with intention, on purpose, taking time to look at a tree, a leaf, the clouds, a flower, taking life in, which is always in motion. If we observe it, nothing is stuck in nature. Everything transforms, and we are part of that living, breathing mystery. So when we take time in nature, we can actually receive the way that we are part of all of that, the way that we belong here. This spiritual practices that you engage in and awakening does not require perfection or a dramatic transformation, but it does require intention in these small, accessible practices done every day. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and check out this next one above here. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.